I lost the house when my mom died. I could not pay rent. I was homeless for 5 years. I was poor for 20. I had no money for college. No scholarships. No special talents. No one wanted to hire me. I wandered. I begged for money. I never stayed in one place long. I walked along highways. I slept in woods. I hitched rides when I was lucky. When I found a small town, I stayed a week. Then, I moved on. One day, I met someone. I was sitting outside a grocery store. I tried to sleep on a cardboard sheet on hard concrete. A middle-aged woman put $50 in my cup. She had frizzy brown hair. She wore a blouse and slacks. Because of her, I could buy food from a 7-Eleven for a week. When I ran out of that 50, she came back with another. Every week, she gave me $50. At the end of the month, she gave me some of her groceries. After 2 months, I learned her name. Her name was Marian. She worked for the local church as a Sunday school teacher and accountant. She never tried to proselytize me. She never invited me to church. She just came by and gave me stuff. I was used to people giving $1 to show off. It was a surprise to have someone be genuinely kind. One day she asked me to move in with her. She had an extra bedroom, and she did not want rent. I expected the worst. I thought of a cult or a trap, but I trusted her. My better judgment fought the kindness she showed. The first night she gave me a heap of spaghetti. She let me use the bathtub. It was the first time I felt warm and full in years. Her house was a 2-story quiet suburb. She gave me my own bedroom. It already had a bed and a few clothes in the closet. She never pressured me to get a job. She never asked me to help. She just let me live. The house looked like it came from the 80s. It had crocheted decorations. It had many crosses and Bible quotes on the walls. Fat TV sat with a VCR and a cable box. All the pictures on the walls showed an old lady and her blonde family. I asked Marianne about them. She said she had cared for that old lady until she died. The old lady left her the house and the money in her will. The family was not happy. She gave 3/4 of the money to the family. The money was about $6 million. The old lady had been good at stock bets. I stayed with Marianne for 2 years. Her generosity never stopped. One Thanksgiving, she invited an entire town of homeless strangers for a meal. One of them stole $500 from a safe. She let him keep the money. She gave her car to the family next door after their teen son crashed theirs. The church gave her a new car. She gave 20% of her income from the church back to the church as tithing. The town called her an angel. Some thought she was a cult leader. I learned to see her as the town saw her. She was calm and charming. She never slept. I never heard her use the bathroom. She never set a serving of food for herself. She spent her days watching TV. She watched old black and white shows until early morning. I never saw her read the Bible outside of church. I chalked it up to her being a silent walker. I thought she might be fasting. I thought she might eat when I did not. I believed she was too generous to hide anything. One Black Friday, I urged her to buy a new TV. She had watched a grainy gray TV for years. I got a job at a fast food place. I saved enough money for a new set. We went into the city at night. We found a department store with a TV that fit my budget. When we left, we were held up by 2 men. One of them had a gun. They screamed that they wanted the TV. Marianne smiled and gave them the TV. The gunman shot Marianne in the head. The men ran. I tried to chase them, but Marianne held my leg. "Forgive them," she whispered in a weak voice. I had never seen her cry. Her blood was copper. I dipped my fingers into it. I held it up to the light. It glittered. "I am sorry for lying to you," she said. I crawled to her and hugged her. My face felt dry. "What do you mean you did nothing?" I asked. She said something else that only confused me more. "Get back," she said. I shouted, "What are you talking about, Mary? What do you mean?" Then her face began to melt. Her skin turned to thick copper. Muscles melted into red ooze. Her skull was exposed. Thousands of small eyes were embedded in her bones. They were an inch smaller than her brown eyes. They stared at me. I vomited on the floor. The eyes were on her arms and fingers too. I crawled to the wall and screamed. "Be not afraid," she said in a deep voice. Cracks spread between her many eyes. A light pierced her skeleton. It exploded into a bright light. My eyes burned. After a few seconds, she was gone. Only charred clothes fell in the wind. The police did not question me. A camera in the alley captured what I saw. I sat in an interview room for 3 hours. 2 men in suits questioned me. I did not want to get into government trouble. They gave me a ride in a cop car to her house. I had no driver's license, so I asked a tow company to bring her car to the house. I opened the safe. The wallet was charred but survived. The cops gave it to me. Inside were burnt dollars and a burnt picture of Marianne and the old lady. She had no ID cards. After 3 days, a lawyer knocked on the door. He said she had edited her will a year before. The house and $2 million were now in my name. I asked how she could do that without proof she existed. He said it was confidential. I guess a bit of goodwill and generosity. I used some of the money for a closed casket funeral. The whole town attended. I have never seen so many people cry over an empty coffin. The police found one of the men who killed her. The other died from a drug overdose. I did not press charges. He is now my roommate. He was just a kid who followed his older brother. I did not blame him for Marianne. He helped me and guided me around the house. I got new glasses for my blindness. The money helped me stay stable. I earned my high school diploma. I became a district manager at the fast food place. I kept the house the same. I kept the TV. A part of me wanted to follow her lead. I believe she was an angel. Many people think that. I hope Marianne looks down at me and is proud of what she helped make better. Be kind. We cannot all be angels, but the world needs more of them.